Alright, so I'm just going to give a really quick overview of what my game does without actually giving a demonstration because my computer still crashes every time I try to load it up. But as you can see, we have 6 different scenes. Start out with the title scene, play some nice NFL music. This spot over here says click the shield to start. And they click on the NFL shield. Game starts. Moved over to game time scene. In this scene, you can move back and forth and up and down to a certain point. While each little Aaron Rodgers shoots little Wisconsin-shaped cheeses, I believe, looks something like that, at your player, and there is a 2 game attributes that actually keeps track. Here, AMX NameY keeps track of exactly where the player is, so as the cheese accelerates, it fires at the player, and like it did in class, which, disclaimer, I did this before that, but whatever. They actually follow you a little bit as you move around as well, makes it really hard. Level indicator, it'll say in here what level you're on. These little boxes next to each Rodgers individually tells you how much HP that certain one has. They are connected to the instance, so that works. Once you destroy all Aaron Rodgers, you switch to the boss instructions scene, which basically, can't see this now, shows some text, says boss instructions, then it flips through text telling you exactly what you have to do in the boss level. It's a little bit more complicated. Then the boss scene comes, you're fighting the giant G. It moves side to side to a point on the screen at random speeds. So like once it hits this side, it'll move that way at a set speed, but it'll be random. But it's the same speed all the way across, and when it hits that side and starts moving back, it could move back super slowly, or sometimes it shoots across. Makes it a lot harder to aim at. The player this time doesn't actually have any ammo. What it does have is a shield, which is again kind of like what we looked at in class. It'll shoot 3 little squares, one straight up, one to the left, and one to the right, that take out the enemy ammo. But so you can't spam it, it only works once every 3 seconds, and you need to prime it, so hit space in between each time, and then this little indicator here will be red if it's not primed, or it'll turn green after you hit space until it fires to show the player that their shield is primed. Every randomly, I want to say it's between 3 and 7 seconds, the G will drop what looks like a little steroid pill. Let me see if I can, yeah, right here, looks like that. And then if your player catches that, your player is awarded 1 shot, which is this little V. And then if you have at least 1 shot, this little indicator on the right, which is currently red, will turn green to let you know. And either with V or B, you use the spacebar to shoot your shield. But V or B will then send 1 V up at the Green Bay G, the boss. And it doesn't tell you how much HP the boss has, but the boss has 10, just like the individual little guys. Once the boss hits 3 though, it spawns a clone that moves in kind of the same way, and actually, because when either the boss or the clone hits either edge, they both shift directions, it kind of makes them jerk around a lot sometimes and really hard to hit. The clone actually doesn't ever drop anything on you, which is how you can tell them apart, and you don't have to kill the clone. You just have to differentiate the clone from the boss and take out the boss without getting confused. And if you do hit the clone, it'll absorb your ammo, so you can't hurt the boss, so you have to be pretty careful. I believe that's it, besides the transition scenes. So like I said, after the first scene, or the first time you go through the first scene, it'll take you to the boss instructions. And then right when the boss instructions is over, it sends you automatically, which I think this might be one of the reasons why it didn't work, because everything was interconnected. It sends you directly to the boss scene, and anytime that you die in the boss battle, it sends you to this boss transfer, where this just says something like, yeah, restarting in, and then it shows a countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then it starts you back over at the beginning of the boss. If you beat the boss, or actually back in game time, if you die at all, it sends you to this regular transfer scene, which is the same thing, restarting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, but instead of sending you to the boss level, it starts you back to the game time scene, which after you beat the boss, it'll change to level 2, their HPs will all double, and it gets much harder. So yeah, that is my game. It worked pretty much up until I added the last couple things with the boss level, and then it just started to completely freeze every time I tried to run it. So yeah, if you want me to, I can try to send whatever it is, a zip file with all the information in it, if I can get it to do that, because last time it just saved for about an hour before I gave up on it because it didn't look like it was doing anything. We'll see.